What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, I'm back with the fourth part of Double Standards, and that's basically comparing and contrasting some issues in the sport of boxing. We know some people are different levels of boxing fans, and that's cool, but know your level, know what level of boxing fan you are, because sometimes when you guys make arguments, they aren't sound because you despise a certain fighter, you'll target that fighter. Mayweather unfortunately gets a lot of the blame in everything that's wrong with boxing or whatever. And if you feel that way, cool. But at least know the sport. There's plenty of people that don't like Mayweather that can intelligently speak and have valid points, and I'm cool with that. But some of you guys don't, and this is the video for you guys that don't really know or see how you guys have double standards. So, what I'm talking about, Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez have decided to fight. It's official. Madison Square Garden, New York, and it's happening in June 7th to be exact. Now, one thing I don't know if some of you guys know, this fight is taking place at a catchweight of 159 pounds. So keep in mind, Miguel Cotto is the bigger powerhouse. He's the bigger star. He's been in the sport and had a name and has a huge following. He showed you that even in the Delvin Rodriguez fight. The fight with Delvin did over 1 million views in terms of TV ratings, and that was a comeback fight. That was off of two losses: a loss to Floyd Mayweather and a loss to Austin Trout. So just with that, it showed that Cotto still can pack the house and put asses in seats. He partnered with Freddie Roach, and he had a great performance against Delvin Rodriguez. Now he's fighting Sergio Martinez, and I told you guys this before. The process of negotiating with those two guys, they don't really, it wasn't amicable. They don't really like each other, and there were some road bumps. That's why it took so long. We all heard about the fight, I think, well into like last year, 2013, maybe fourth quarter, and it just took until yesterday for it to become finalized and official, set in stone. So the biggest reason for that, from what I heard, was Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was trying to call the shots, in essence, basically being a prima donna in terms of the negotiation, who gets what dressing room, the order in which it lies. Cotto was like, my name needs to be first on the hashtag Cotto Martinez instead of Martinez Cotto because I'm the bigger star. Even though you're going up to a new weight division to fight Sergio Martinez, who is also respected and a respected champion, and he's the lineal champion. And you feel you're entitled to these things. I mean, it's kind of, it's like, I don't know, in high school, you have all your friends at high school. This is your high school. That's fine. But if you go to somebody else's turf, you go to another high school, like we have multiple high schools in my area, like 4 or 5 or at least, you know what I mean? But if I go there, I mean, to someone else's high school, then I don't really call the shots. That I'm on someone else's territory, so to speak. And that's what Cotto is. So I feel he should have eased up a little bit. You are a superstar, but at the same time, you have to give credit and respect to Sergio Martinez because you are fighting him for his belt. And the thing about it is this fight is taking place at a catchweight. Now, all I've heard is how great of a fight it is. And it is that. It is that. It's a great fight. I really, really like this fight and looking forward to it. Wish it could have happened some years ago when both fighters are a little bit fresher, in my opinion. But nonetheless, it is a great fight. Both fighters, I give them props for making the fight happen. It's still, even at a catchweight, is a huge risk for Miguel Cotto, who, to me, hasn't been the best at 154 pounds. I don't think that's his best weight division. So it's a huge risk, him going up even to a catchweight of 159. Sergio Martinez, an aging fighter. We want to see if he lost it. Martin Murray performance. He got hurt in the 12th round of the Chavez Jr. performance. So people are curious to see what he still has. Great fight. But when it comes to the 1 pound catchweight, I haven't heard anybody complain. Everyone just says this is a good fight. And they're like, oh, Cotto's the people's champion, unlike Floyd Mayweather. And you bash Floyd Mayweather, like you bash Floyd Mayweather for the Canelo fight where there was a 2 pound catch weight, so 1 extra pound. And some people try to lessen his performance or say, oh, he didn't even want to fight Canelo at his best, etc., etc., off of a 2 pound catch weight. Now, Miguel Cotto has a chance to set history for him, for his family, for Puerto Rico. And if he defeats Sergio Martinez, then he made history. So do you think anybody's going to take away from Miguel Cotto's history based on the 1 pound catchweight? No, they're not. But again, since some of you guys despise Floyd Mayweather, you'll do that. You'll do just that. You'll find a way to lessen his performance. He absolutely dominated Canelo. First couple rounds were filler rounds. He played it safe. They both fighters were kind of seeing what they were working with, and then he just took the lead and showed Canelo there was a difference. So that's it. He just gave him a boxing lesson. And I find so many people who look for ways to discredit or take down Floyd Mayweather's performance. Oh, the catchweight is Canelo was weight drained. But nobody's going to do that with Sergio. They're going to be like, oh, Sergio's a small middleweight. This catchweight needed to happen. Another thing is, with this whole catchweight talk, it's all about patterns that you have established. In terms of Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao has done it routinely. So if he did it once, like against, I don't know, Margarito or something, that's one thing. But the fact of the matter is, Manny Pacquiao, through his career, the later part of his career, I guess you could say, he is constantly imposed some type of weight advantage. Like whether a fighter was coming up in weight, like Brandon Rios, Timothy Bradley, both moving up from 140 to 147 to face him. Whether it's been a catch weight, like Antonio Margarito, like Miguel Cotto fight with Pacquiao. Whether it's De La Hoya coming down a whole weight class later in life, where him coming down in weight, he wasn't at his best. You know what I mean? It's been a pattern that was established for Pacquiao. That's why people hold him and call him the catchweight king and stuff like that. But as far as like Floyd Mayweather, it did happen. It happened once. I'm not necessarily a fan of catchweights, but it happened once. So you have to take that into consideration. Same thing with Cotto. I mean, I haven't known Cotto to always exercise a catchweight. So him fighting Sergio Martinez at a catchweight, though I would prefer it at the like 1 pound heavier at 160. I mean, it is what it is. Another thing, a lot of these fighters, the big stars, they do this for, like, it's like chess. They do these power moves as a psychological tool to help them in the battle and to get under the person's skin. You know what I mean? So Miguel Cotto, I mean, it's 1 pound, so I'm pretty sure he could have fought at 160. But a lot of times in the negotiating, and this is what some of the fans don't, basic fans or whatever, fail to realize. Sometimes in the negotiating, you want to prove that, you know what I mean, it's a pissing contest. You want to prove you're the bigger star. Like, you know what? This fight ain't happening at 160. It's happening at 159. How you like that? You want this fight? You have to fight me at 159. So it's not necessarily, oh, I can't beat you at 160, or Floyd Mayweather can't beat Canelo at 154. It's a lot of times psychological warfare in order to have the last laugh or the last word, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So I don't judge in terms of, like I said, I'm not a fan of catchweights in general, but I judge based on patterns. If Victor Ortiz quit in the Maidana fight, I wouldn't be like, oh, he's forever a quitter. But he shows me time and time again, and I could cite the fights where he's not mentally strong. Maidana fight, I've seen some amateur fights where he looked like he got really frustrated. The Mayweather fight, Victor Ortiz got really frustrated. The Josecito Lopez fight, he had a broken jaw and he quit. Even before that, he was rabbit punching, I think, Josecito, and he got like a stern, hard warning for that because he was getting frustrated, so he hit Josecito illegally in the back of the head. Luis Collazo, he got cracked in the second round, and this was supposed to be his comeback fight, and it didn't even look like he attempted to get up. I don't know how he's feeling, but based on those patterns, that's why people label Victor Ortiz a quitter. And that's it. If you did, like, you know what I mean, like Mikey Garcia, I wouldn't label him a quitter because of the Orlando Salido nose break incident. Some people do. I don't. I'm not like, oh, Mikey Garcia is a quitter. He had a fucking broken nose. Angulo, I'm not going to say he's a quitter because he had a fucking that swelling on his forehead. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's a pussy, he's a quitter, he doesn't want to continue like a real man. I mean, they had injuries. and the doctor stopped it in the Garcia fight, and then Angulo was in immense pain. But if Angulo or Mikey Garcia show me time and time again that they can't mentally hold it together, or they find to look for ways out of the fight, then I'll be like, okay, Angulo and Mikey Garcia are quitters too. So that's the difference. Again, Cotto hasn't shown me that he exercises basically a catch weight in every fight, and he has a thick resume. He's fought Paulie Malignaggi, Randall Bailey, Josh Clottey when Josh Clottey was like a threat. Shane Mosley, Mayweather, Pacquiao. He fought Margarito twice. I mean, this dude's fought everybody, and I don't recall those fights at catchweights. So it's just to close what I'm saying. You got to base it on patterns. How often, at what frequency is this happening? Like I said, I'm not happy that it's at a catchweight, but I guarantee you, Miguel Cotto is still going to get remembered for making history, even though this fight is taking place at a catchweight, if he beats Sergio Martinez. But when it comes to other fighters, or like a Mayweather in the Canelo situation, you discredit him. So that's the point. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Until next video, it's Ego signing off.